I came from a national firm, and through a common relationship between Jed Grennan and myself, that the opportunity came up for a partnership opportunity here, which the timing worked out well because where I was at, I wasn't maintaining the relationships like I wanted to. I wasn't building the relationships that I could just due to the current structure where I was. So Grennan Fender gave me the opportunity to start building relationships with clients of mine, and then have the ability to grow those relationships as well and grow new clients and have new opportunities. So it gave me a path to that I didn't have where I was at before. And the opportunity to grow the tax department and the firm overall into a premier firm in Orlando. Yeah, I think we're easy to work with, and we focus on our relationships. We want long-term relationships and long-term clients. We want to learn about our clients. We want to understand their needs. We understand their goals and objectives and help them reach those goals and objectives, because the financials and the accounting and the tax planning is a big part of that. And if we can minimize some of the tax risk, or even help them understand their numbers better so they can plan their business, we're helping them achieve their goals and objectives. I think it's a balance between serving clients and being responsive, and also leveraging and training the staff as well, and giving them the opportunity to take on more challenges that they may not be used to. Instead, the clients want to hear from the experienced partners about what's going on in their major decisions. But in order to do that, we need a talented and professional staff that can handle some other things as well, like putting the return together, communicating with the client to get the right information. So it's a balancing act of being responsive to clients and also training the staff to handle some things they may not be accustomed to handling, and challenging them. So that's kind of the give and take of training and development in order to meet those client demands. Proactive, collaborative, professional, and fun. I think the one that stands out to me is the collaborative, being collaborative with clients and helping them work through their issues and problems and providing a solution to them. And it varies from client to client, so it's gaining an understanding of the client. In order to do that, you have to be collaborative. You have to ask them questions about, what are you thinking? What's your objective? Why do you want to do this? Where are you going with this? Before you get to a conclusion. And sometimes that involves throwing a bad idea out there, or an off-the-wall idea that may not make sense right away, but it may trigger something with the client that says, that doesn't work, but you made me think of this. And that's kind of real empowering, and it's satisfaction from a service provider and from being a trusted advisor that, hey, we just solved their problem and gave them an idea. We unlocked it in a way. So having those collaborative discussions that results in that's powerful from my perspective. It's all about collaboration with the client. Usually it's happened several times this week already. A client wants to start a new entity. How should the ownership structure be? My kids are getting older, I'm getting older, they can take more responsibility. Should they have ownership? How do we give them ownership? And what, do you want to give up control? Do you not want to give up control? How do you maintain control? So having all those discussions about structure and entities and placement of the operating agreement or shareholder agreement, it becomes a lot of back and forth because every client's different. They may say, he can have it, I'm done with it. Others want, no, I'm going to maintain control and give him a small piece and see how he does or she does and go from there. So those discussions happen weekly. So that's, we just had one this morning actually. So, but it's back and forth in how they do it. And do they set up a trust? Do they have the net worth for a trust to be set up? All those things come into play, and usually clients walk away going, okay, I have some things to think about. And they do, and they come back, or they have their ideas and they go meet with their attorney and get the documents drawn up and go, here we go. I think it's back to the relationships and really understanding the client and being easy to work with. I think we really succeed at that in building those relationships and understanding our clients and their needs. So the tax rules there, the accounting's there, but to be able to build those long-term relationships is really important to the firm. And not only from a client point of view, but also from our staff's point of view as well, and try to understand what their goals and objectives are. So we really try to build relationships within the firm and outside the firm. I think it gets back to serving the client and how do we do that. And if we can help internally with the tax issues, we can help with the accounting, we can help with the business advisory, we can help with the attestation, we can help with all those service lines and provide great solutions to clients. But sometimes we don't have the expertise to help the client solve their problem. So we make sure we have strategic alliance partners that can help solve those problems. And they're responsive to us. It's just not a cold call from a client to a bank or an insurance agent saying, hey, here's my problem, I need financing. Clients will get a better response from some of our strategic partners if coming from us, knowing, okay, here it is. So we really try to push it along and help the client solve their problems, or if anything, get an answer to why they can't solve it. There may be a roadblock that they need to solve, and they can go work it and get that done, and then we can move forward. So that's I think what we're getting at. It's still problem solving and providing solutions for our clients in whatever capacity we can, and just throw it out there. We may be wrong, we may be right, but it's making an effort to solve that problem for the client. We provide tax, accounting, and assurance services and consulting as well within each one of those buckets. Consulting. Our clients range from $500,000 in revenue all the way up to $300 million plus in revenue. But if you look at kind of a bell curve, most of our clients fall in the $3 to $25 million range. And most of them are business clients. We try to serve business owners, and with the tax compliance and tax consulting, and then the business advisory services as well, and the assurance work. Our client accounting services provides accounting assistance to businesses in the $500,000 to $5 million, most of the range. We do have some that are larger, up to $70 million, but we do provide that solution. Most of them are multi-location, multi-entity relationships. The business owners we have are either have that, call it 20 million plus revenue in one business, or they may have 3 to 5 million in revenue, but those may be 4 or 5 different businesses that they're involved in, they're controlling. So we try to get those multi-location, multi-entity relationships as our target.